Once transitioning to prone, we're going to reach the hands down to the side, elevate the arms a little bit from the mat so they're just hovering, and then flip the palms so they're facing down, creating a little external rotation in the shoulders. Reach the fingertips towards the feet. From there, drag the thumbs up the side of the body till you get to thumbs to armpits and reach the elbows away from each other, trying to create oppositional force, one elbow to the next. From there, you're going to slide the fingers to the top of the shoulders, so you won't be able to bring the elbows across the midline, but press the elbows into the mat towards midline to try to create a little bit of an external rotation isometric. From there, we're going to reach overhead, ear disappears, thumb up, fingers reaching away from the feet, nice and long. Interclasp the fingers, hands behind the head, elbow right in the frontal plane. Stick up position, thumbs up. Push two walls away, initially fingers up, and then flip so palms are up, creating external rotation. And you're going to bring the hands right to the bottom of a push-up position, hover the hands off the ground, and then flip external rotation, push down, one hand behind the back, then the next, and then the elbows come towards each other, towards the midline of the spine. Reach back out, other side, and then we're just going to sneak the hands to the belly. Take a breath in, fill the belly like a balloon, and when you exhale, massage the belly. And then we're simply going to put the hands in push-up position, press up, extend the spine, and then transition to quadruped. We're going to make sure we get our quadruped position locked in. So we want a nice straight line from the back of the head to the tailbone. We want the knees to be directly under the hips and the wrists to be directly under the shoulders. From there, I'm going to lift the left hand. We're going to slide right up the side plane of the body. So we're going to slide the thumb right up, making contact with the body to the armpit, and then we're going to transition to a front rack position, fingers touching the top of the shoulder, driving the elbow up and in. Then going to reach overhead, creating length, doing the best you can to reach the fingers away from the tailbone and trying to create as much length. Ideally, you want that arm a little bit closer to the ear so the ear disappears. Shows my lack of shoulder mobility at that point. Moving from there, we want to go hand behind head and then push a wall away to push-up position to hand behind back. It's important that the elbow goes across to the midline of the spine every time you go hand behind back. Then going to transition to heart center, to belly, and switch to the other side. Thumb up to the armpit, front rack, overhead position, hand behind head, 90-90, push a wall away, push-up position, hand behind back, heart center, and hands back down to quadruped. And walk the hands in. We're going to transition up to tall kneeling. Once we transition to tall kneeling, we're going to get that position set. So we're in a nice long spine, both knees pushing down, head reaching up, no extension in the lower back, a little bit of tension right across the belly. Then going to open the palms to open the shoulders, and then slide the thumbs up to armpits, reach elbows in opposition away from each other. Then going to transition front rack, elbows pushing up and in. From there we go overhead, thumbs are back, hands behind head, 90-90 position. close as we can. 90 degrees abduction, 90 degrees flexion of the elbow. Push two walls away. Palms are reaching away from each other. Push-up position. So we want the wrist to touch the side of the body and the elbows reaching towards each other behind the body. Palms up. Turn, push hands down. Left hand behind back, right hand behind back. And then reverse it. Elbows come towards the midline of the spine. Slide up, hands to heart center. Top of the right shoulder with the thumbs, trying to get the elbows to come in contact with each other. Back to heart center, same thing on the other side. Hands come back to belly. Take a breath, massage the belly on the exhale. Shift the weight to the right, and then step and transition to half kneeling. Once we transition to half kneeling, we're going to get that position set. So the right knee in this case is going to be reaching through the mat, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Nice straight line. Try to create length to the right side of your body. Your knee on the left is going to be right over the left ankle with 90 degrees of flexion in the knee. We'll start by opening the palms and then slide the thumbs up to the armpits. Reach the elbows away from each other. Transition to front rack, to overhead, to hands behind head, 90-90. Push two walls away. Top of push-up. Left hand behind back, then right, elbows together. Then reverse it. Transition to hands to heart center. Elbows together to the right, elbows together to the left. And then shift your weight, transition to the other side, same thing. Armpits, front rack, overhead, hands behind head, 90-90. Push two walls away, push-up position, left hand, left hand, back to hands to heart center, elbows together, right, then left, hands to belly, massage the belly on the exhale. Transition back to half kneeling. Then going to slide down, transition to a deep squat. Once transitioning to the deep squat position, if you have enough ankle mobility, the heel should be on the ground. If not, you keep one hand down and you can be on the balls of the feet, trying to get the heels as close to the ground as possible. The arms should start inside the knees with the feet facing forward and the hips pushing open, getting stability from one hand on the ground, initially from two hands on the ground. And then we're going to take the right hand, slide up to the armpit, reach the elbow away out of the socket, come to a front rack position, pause, elbow up and in. From there we're going to reach overhead, thumb back, hand behind head, 90-90 position, thumb back. Push a wall away, come into half of a push-up position, push down, right hand behind back, open the shoulder, hand to belly. Take a breath. Switch, same thing, slide up to the armpit, front rack, overhead, hand behind back, push a wall away, top of a push-up position, hand behind back, hand to belly. And then we're going to transition to the hip hinge position. Once transitioning from the squat to the hip hinge position, we're going to go through the sequence again. We're going to reach the hands down the side of the body to the hips, reach the fingertips away from the head, creating length away from the head. Then we're going to flip the palms up and then slide the thumbs up the side of the body, elbows reaching away from each other, trying to create tension right across the shoulder blades. Front rack position, elbows up and in, so we're trying to move in an up and in direction. and towards each other, and then we're going to reach overhead. Right there we're reaching, the tailbone goes that way, fingers go that way, just trying to create length through the body. Palms are up towards the ceiling, and then hands behind the head, 90-90 position. Push two walls away, so again creating length across the palms of the hands, so you're reaching the palms of the hands away from each other. And bring the hands down. Now we're in this push-up or dip position. So we have close to a 90-degree angle, or forearm perpendicular to the body. It's a better way to think about it. Push the hands down to the side, and then left hand, right hand behind. And it's important there that you try to bring the elbows together behind the back towards the midline of the spine. And then hands come back out, right hand, left hand, elbows together, and slide it up to the center of the chest. Elbows together to the right, elbows together to the left, hands to the belly, and then take a breath, massaging the belly on the exhale. You take 1 to 3 breaths there, and then we're moving into standing. Once standing from the hip hinge position, we're going to go through the sequence one last time. So I'm going to go through it in full speed and just point out the different positions. You're getting a sense initially though that both feet are pushing down through the ground, and crown of the head is reaching up to the ceiling. So creating a sense of length, trying to have a nice long spine. Thumbs are going to slide up the side of the body to the armpits. Front rack position, overhead, palms back, hands behind head, 90-90, push two walls away, push up position, left hand behind back, right hand behind back, right hand, left hand, slide up, hands to heart center, right shoulder, elbows together, left shoulder, elbows together, hands down to the belly. 1 to 3 breaths, massaging the abdomen. And that's your sequence.